So for part 2, you are going to do some conversion of your units as well as graphing, and then you're going to answer some conclusion questions. Okay? Um, just a reminder, if you've not done this yet, all of your information up here should be in a different color. So if you've not done that yet, please go ahead and do that. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to convert all of your temperatures to Celsius using the formula blank Fahrenheit. So you take whatever number is in Fahrenheit up here, subtract 32, and then with that number you multiply it by 5/9, and that should be your new temperature in Celsius. Okay, you're going to want to do that for all of these numbers up here. Okay, so if you want to add maybe next to it or underneath it, somewhere you'll want to keep track of it because you're going to need to have all of those down. Okay. So once you have that, okay, you are going to use Excel to create some graphs. Okay. And you can do this 2 different ways. You can do 3 different graphs, one for temperature of your mouth, one for temperature of your underarm, or one for temperature of your hand, or you can include those all on one, and I'll show you both ways. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to Excel. Okay, second thing you're going to do is you're going to make a chart similar to up here. So you're going to take this data, you're going to put it up here. Okay, the first way I'm going to show you this, let's say, is just temperature of the mouth. So I have the different students, temperature in Fahrenheit and temperature in Celsius. Okay. The next thing you're going to do, so after you have this created, you're going to make your graph. So you need to highlight all of this. Once you have that highlighted, you're going to click on the charts, and then you're going to choose your chart. The only ones that you cannot do is you can't do pie, area, or these donuts, bubbles, or radars. Okay, or really the surface ones. So I'm going to choose a column. Okay, and so it comes out like this, has our last names down here, has the numbers right here. Okay, the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on chart layout up here, and you need to add some chart titles. So this we'll say is mouth temperatures. Okay, then we need a horizontal title. So this is students. And then vertical, this is the degrees. Okay, then you would take this, you can copy it, and then paste it like right there. Okay, the next, so if you did this way, you'd have 3 different charts. You'd have mouth, you'd have underarm, and then you would have hand. Okay, another way you can do it is you can have all of the information. So you would keep this, okay, you'd have to change this to like mouth temperature, and then you'd continue and you'd go underarm, temp Fahrenheit, underarm, temp Celsius, and you would add whatever numbers those were. Okay, so I'm just going to make up some quick numbers. Oops. And these are all made up. Obviously, I'm not doing any conversions right now. But so this is just to show you the different ways to do it. Again, you would highlight all of this, go back to chart. Let's see what this looks like. So then that just changes and increases the amount of bars there. If you wanted to do a line graph, you could do a line graph. Okay. If you want a little more distinction, you can click on these numbers and you can change. So let's say you want the units to be by fives. Okay, see how that changes that down here? So now it's by 5, so you can just see more numbers. You do not have to do that, but if you wanted to, you could do that. So a complete graph will include the data, and then it will also include the titles. Okay, you can add all of your graphs right here, and then answer the conclusion questions. Okay, these conclusion questions, you'll need to use the internet to find the following words. If you go to Google, and let's say you click on, okay, endothermic. If you don't know what this means, okay, so this is just a dictionary, accompanied by or requiring the absorption of heat. Maybe go down a little bit, okay, maybe watch a video, maybe look at some different websites to really help you understand it. I don't want you to just copy and paste the definitions, especially if you don't understand them. So make sure you're putting them in your own words. After you define those 3 words, you are going to tell me how endothermic and exothermic relate to your temperature. Then you're going to tell me why do we need homeostasis and what do you think would happen without it. Again, use the internet for these. You don't need to cite your sources, but it does need to be in your own words. Okay? At the end of all of this, okay, you are going to turn in the entire document to Google Classroom to the post today, and I will write that in today's post. So all of this will be completed. Okay, you'll have your 3 graphs right here and then conclusion questions answered. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can go back and watch this video as many times as you need for the tutorial on Excel. One thing I forgot to mention with Excel, notice how I don't have degrees or Fahrenheit in these boxes. Those need to just be numbers. Okay, if you have the degree sign in Fahrenheit in there, it won't show up. It'll have an error message. So make sure it's just numbers. All right, if you have questions, email me.